Have you ever looked at a sleek Lamborghini flying down the highway, or a Ferrari parked outside a fancy hotel and thought to yourself, man, if I ever get one of those, I'll know I've made it asterisk? Be honest, most of us have. The roar of the engine, the glossy paint, the way heads turn when it passes by. It's intoxicating. But here's the crazy part. That $200,000 dream car could be the very thing that empties your wallet faster than you can floor the gas pedal. Owning a supercar isn't just about the upfront cost. It's the invisible price tags that no one tells you about, the ones that can creep up and quietly drag you into financial quicksand. So let me take you on a ride, not in a McLaren or a Bugatti, but through the hidden world of supercar ownership. And by the end, you'll see why for many people, a $200,000 supercar isn't a symbol of success, but the start of a financial nightmare. The myth of just the purchase price. Most people assume that if you can afford to buy a $200,000 car, then you're set. Simple math, right? You have the money, you buy the car, done deal. But here's the thing. Buying a supercar is like marrying into royalty. You're not just marrying the person, you're marrying the entire lifestyle, the expectations, the constant expenses. Take insurance, for example. A typical sedan might cost you $1,500 a year to insure. Now, with a Ferrari or Lamborghini, you're easily looking at $10,000 to $15,000 annually, sometimes even more depending on your driving history and where you live. And insurance companies don't just see a car, they see risk, accidents, theft, expensive repairs. One small scratch on a McLaren's carbon fiber panel could cost more than an entire Toyota Corolla. Now, imagine paying that kind of insurance year after year. Suddenly, your $200,000 supercar isn't just a one-time purchase. It's a subscription to an extremely expensive club. The maintenance money pit. Let's talk maintenance. A supercar isn't like your average Honda or Ford, where you can roll into the local mechanic and get an oil change for $50. These machines are precision-engineered exotic beasts, and that means only specialized technicians can touch them. Guess what that does to the price tag? A simple oil change on a Bugatti can cost $20,000. Yes, you read that right. $20,000 to change oil. Even Ferraris and Lamborghinis aren't cheap. You're looking at $1,500 to $2,000 just for basic services, and if something breaks, buckle up. Brake pads might cost $5,000. Tires? Around $1,500 each, and you'll need to replace them far more often than you think. These cars aren't built for casual Sunday drives. They chew through parts like candy. And let's not even get into the waiting times. Many owners wait weeks, sometimes months, for parts to arrive from Italy or Germany. Meanwhile, you're still paying insurance, still paying storage, still bleeding money. The hidden cost of depreciation. Here's another sneaky one, depreciation. That shiny $200,000 Ferrari. The moment you drive it off the lot, it could lose $40,000 in value instantly. And unless it's a rare collectible or limited edition, most supercars continue to lose value rapidly. Think about it. Cars are supposed to be assets, right? Something you own that has value. But in reality, most cars are liabilities. And supercars, they're some of the worst offenders. It's like watching a luxury watch tick backwards. You may think you can sell it later to recover some money, but chances are, you'll be taking a massive hit. Now imagine combining that depreciation with insurance, maintenance, and fuel costs. Suddenly, that $200,000 car is costing you closer to $300,000 over just a few years. The gas guzzler, reality. Speaking of fuel, supercars are thirsty monsters. A Toyota Camry might give you 30 miles per gallon. A Lamborghini Huracan? You're lucky to get 12 to 15 miles per gallon. And that's if you're driving it conservatively. But let's be honest, who buys a Lamborghini to drive it conservatively? Fill-ups aren't just frequent, they're expensive. Premium fuel only, of course. A full tank could easily run you $100 or more. Drive it often enough and you'll start feeling the pain every time you pull into a gas station. Storage, parking, and the lifestyle tax. Now, here's where things get even more interesting. You can't just park a supercar anywhere. Leave a Ferrari on the street and you're asking for trouble. Scratches, dents, theft, vandalism. So most owners rent or build special garages, complete with climate control to protect the delicate materials. That can cost thousands per year. Then there's the lifestyle tax. What do I mean? Well, if you pull up in a $200,000 car, expectations change. People assume you're wealthy, and suddenly your own habits start shifting. You don't want to roll up to McDonald's drive-thru in a Rolls Royce. You start eating at more expensive restaurants, shopping in, maybe even upgrading your house to fit the car. Before you know it, the car has pulled you into a lifestyle that drains even more money. The psychological trap. Beyond the dollars, there's a mental cost that nobody talks about. The thrill of buying a supercar is real, but it fades. Human beings adapt. What felt like a dream come true on day one can feel normal by month 3. And when that happens, many owners start chasing the next high. A newer model, a faster version, a car that makes an even bigger statement. This endless chase is how some wealthy people spiral into debt. It's not about need, it's about ego, comparison, and keeping up with an image. And the saddest part? The car you once dreamed of ends up owning you instead of the other way around. Real stories of financial wreckage. Don't think this is just theory. There are countless real-life stories of people who bought supercars only to regret it later. One guy in California bought a $220,000 Lamborghini Aventador. He thought it was the perfect symbol of his success. But within a year, he was drowning in bills, insurance, repairs, loan payments. He ended up selling the car at a massive loss, and the stress nearly ruined his business. Another story? A young entrepreneur financed a Ferrari because he wanted to impress investors and friends. The monthly payments were nearly $3,000, not counting insurance. When his business had a slow quarter, he couldn't keep up. The car was repossessed, his credit score tanked, and he admitted later that the Ferrari was the worst decision of his life. These aren't isolated cases. They happen all the time. Supercars may be marketed as status symbols, but for many, they're financial traps disguised as trophies. The smarter play. So, does that mean you should never buy a supercar? Not exactly. If you're genuinely wealthy, meaning your passive income covers your lifestyle 10 times over, then sure, buy one, enjoy it, live the dream. But for everyone else, it's worth thinking twice. A smarter move might be renting or leasing one for a weekend. Experience the thrill, take the Instagram pictures, enjoy the ride, without committing to the lifelong bills. Or if you're a true enthusiast, consider high-performance sports cars that cost less, but still deliver insane driving experiences. Cars like the Porsche 911 or the Corvette Stingray offer serious thrills without pushing you toward bankruptcy. The bigger lesson. At the end of the day, the story of the $200,000 supercar is about more than cars. It's about money, choices, and perception. Too often, people buy luxury items to prove something: success, power, status. But real wealth isn't loud. It doesn't need to rev its engine or turn heads. True wealth is freedom. Freedom from stress, freedom from debt, freedom to live on your terms. And if a car is taking that freedom away, then it's not an asset, it's a trap. So next time you see that flashy supercar roar past you on the highway, think twice before you envy it. Behind the wheel might be someone genuinely living the dream. But just as likely, it could be someone sweating over bills, juggling payments, and silently regretting their decision. The truth is, a $200,000 supercar doesn't just cost $200,000. It costs peace of mind, financial stability, and sometimes even your future. So before you chase that dream, ask yourself, do you want a car that makes people stare, or a life that lets you breathe easy? If you found this breakdown eye-opening and want more real, unfiltered insights into money, success, and the traps nobody talks about, make sure to hit that subscribe button and stick around. You don't want to miss what's coming next.